It's no secret that the world of comedy has been, and continues to be, a boys' club. From male-dominated open mic nights to testosterone-filled writers' rooms, the lack of representation of women in the field is a concept as old as the banana peel slip and Betty White. While flipping through late-night talk shows and Netflix stand-up specials on TV recently, I came to a sudden realization. Almost all of the comedians were men. After a few seconds of thinking, I came to another sudden realization. If almost all of the comedians are men, surely there must be a reason why. And after another few seconds of thinking, I came to a third realization. If almost all comedians are men, does that mean women are scientifically less funny than men? My name is Joey Rita, and as someone who's had limited interaction with women over the past 21 years, I couldn't think of a candidate better than myself to research this question. This is an investigation. I began my investigation by looking into the world of late night. Currently, there are 11 late night talk shows on the air, with one host for each show. Of these 11 hosts, only 2 are women. 2. That's about 18%. The first, Samantha Bee, is the host of Full Frontal with Samantha Bee, which premiered in February of 2016. At the time of the show's debut, she was the only female late-night talk show host in the United States. While it's certainly impressive that Samantha has her own show, further research into Full Frontal shows that it only airs once a week, while other late-night shows such as The Tonight Show or The Late Show, which are both hosted by men, air 5 times a week. That's 80% more shows per week. The second woman in late night is Lily Singh, the host of A Little Late with Lily Singh, which premiered in September of 2019. I looked into the show and found that it airs at 1:35 in the morning. That's really late. Who's going to be up at 1:35 in the morning to watch that? With Full Frontal only airing once a week, and A Little Late airing at 1:35 in the morning, one thing became clear to me. These 2 women must not be nearly as funny as their male late-night counterparts. Otherwise, they'd without a doubt have their own daily shows airing at 11:30. I decided to continue my investigation by moving on to Netflix stand-up specials. Given I had never watched a Netflix stand-up special performed by a female comedian before, I took to the internet to find a recommendation, which led me to Ali Wong's Hard Knock Wife. At first, I found it pretty enjoyable. But about 3 minutes in, I realized that while Ali was filming the special, she was pregnant. That's disgusting. What kind of mother would work while she's pregnant? If I was pregnant, I would never be that bad of a parent. After turning off Hard Knock Wife in disgust, Netflix suggested I watch Nikki Glazer's Bang It next. I was intrigued, because Nikki Glazer is a solid 7. It could even be a 9 if she got some work done. After fast-forwarding to the end, I was kind of miffed to see that she didn't take her shirt off the entire time. How am I supposed to stay engaged if she won't give me something to get excited about? After Nikki's special ended, I googled her. It turns out that she's 35 years old. That's old. And it's definitely a major turnoff. Between Ali Wong's pregnancy and Nikki Glazer's age, and the fact that Nikki never took her top off, I decided I was finished with watching female comedians for the night, and turned to one of my favorite comedians, Jim Gaffigan, and spent the next few hours watching all 7 of his specials, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. If I wanted my investigation to ever get off the ground, I was going to need to conduct some heavy research to help prove my theory. So I got into contact with Boston College senior Mary Elizabeth Mooney, the editor-in-chief of BC's premier student-run satirical publication, The New England Classic. Despite being a woman, Mooney has, by the looks of the Classic's website, been able to produce some very funny content this year, publishing up to as many as 5 satirical articles per week. She graciously agreed to sit down with me to discuss the disparity in male and female comedians. So, as editor-in-chief of a humor publication, you can certainly say that you're a trailblazer for women in comedy. So my question for you is, why do you think, on average, men are funnier than women?
What?
You know, like, why do you think it is that men are funnier than women? I told you what I was going to ask you when you agreed to the interview.
No, you told me you were gonna ask me about like the disparity between women and men in comedy and why there's a lot more men in writers' rooms and like why that's not because women aren't funny. Any of this ringing a bell for you?
Right, which probably serves as an indication that men are funnier than women, wouldn't you agree?
No, I think it serves as an indication that there's been historically a boys' club associated with comedy, pretty against women giving opportunities to be part of it, and then if you don't give anyone opportunity, nothing? No?
No.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go.
All my questioning just made Mooney hysterical, and didn't help my investigation at all. She must have been on her period or something, so I decided to go behind her back and reach out to two of her writers to question them. Stephen Yevsey and Shay Rulan are both seniors at Boston College and editors for the Classic. My goal in sitting down with them was to further discuss the gender disparity in comedy. So I read that most of the writers on your staff are males, which is pretty consistent with the demographics of most writing rooms in America. So my question is, why do you think men are funnier than women?
What?
It was here that I realized they had the same opinions as their editor-in-chief. So I had to come up with a new plan to get the information my investigation needed.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Hey, Shay, sweetheart, do me a favor. Can you go get me a glass of water?
I'll leave, but I'm not getting you shit.
Stephen, look, it's just the guys here, alright? It's just you and I. Camera's rolling, but you can tell me. There are more men and women that write for the New England Classic. Okay. So wouldn't you agree that means that men are on average funnier than women?
No. You're clearly very misinformed and also kind of stupid.
Alright, I think we're done here. We're done here. Thanks. Despite weeks of hard work put into my investigation, I wasn't able to walk away with an answer. So, are women scientifically less funny than men? The world may never know. But for the time being, I don't think it matters. I discovered some pretty funny women over the course of my investigation. And with a lot of hard work and dedication, maybe they can someday be as funny as me. This is Joey Rita, signing off.